My name is Naima. I'm Costa Rican German. I'm a transformational and connection coach, and I have a background in international sustainable development.
And hello, my name is Penny. I'm from London. I'm a PhD researcher specialising in communities, behaviour change and environmental sustainability.
And I'm Tom. I'm an architect with my own London-based practice and interested in co-living and co-housing. And we also have our fellow team member here today, Juan, who is filming us. So if anybody has any concerns about being filmed, please come and see us after our workshop. Thank you.
Great. So we want to start the conversation this morning talking about disconnection. So in today's modern world, we face in particular three types of disconnection. Number one, disconnection from ourselves. Constant bombardment of external stimuli, technology, advertising, as well as often the way we work, make it very difficult for ourselves to connect with our true feelings, emotions, and the values that we really want to be living our lives by. Secondly, we are disconnected from others. In the UK, 2/3 of 16 to 24-year-olds report being lonely at least some of the time. We heard similar statistics yesterday. In the US, 40% of middle-aged people report being chronically lonely. And unfortunately, we're seeing this global trend expanding everywhere. Finally, we are disconnected from the natural world. Our lifestyles are causing massive degradation, as we all know, and people are finding less and less time and opportunity to be in green spaces, which we know is crucial for our well-being.
So we know that co-living has a great potential to transform our societies and reconnect us with ourselves, with each other and the natural world. But in the co-living sector, despite the best of intentions, often the full potential of these connections has not been realised. And that is why we've been collaborating with co-living practitioners and residents to develop a deeper and more holistic vision for co-living, which we call conscious co-living. We define conscious co-living as a modern form of living where we not only share physical space, but also co-create an intentional community that promotes greater awareness of self, authentic relationships, and harmony with the natural world. So we were looking at how we could really bring the ideas of conscious co-living to the wider world and the co-living community, and we realised that we needed a manifesto. Some of the most important movements of all time have had manifestos. A manifesto is an incredibly powerful tool which creates a vision for the future. The Conscious Co-Living Manifesto, we hope, will help us to align and move our energy towards this shared goal and enable co-living to fulfill its potential in creating a more connected world.
So we are very excited today to present to you our Conscious Co-Living Manifesto. So our manifesto has connection at its heart, connection with ourselves, with each other, and with the natural world. And these three types of connections are embodied through our core aspects, which I'll go through with you now. So the first aspect is well-being, connection with the self. So we describe this in the manifesto as a home where you can flourish emotionally, mentally, and physically. Secondly, we believe that conscious co-living encourages connection with others, and it can enable you to build strong and supportive communities and social networks, and also to grow as people. So on the manifesto, we describe this as a group where we feel belonging, communicate authentically, and grow together. Thirdly, conscious co-living can enable us to live more in harmony with nature. So by living together, through economies of scale, we can lower our environmental impacts, and we can connect with the natural world through community green spaces, for example. So these are our three core aspects that allow us to connect with ourselves, with each other, and with the world around us. And these three aspects are supported by our four pillars. So these pillars represent real-world structures that we need in order to really bring these core aspects to life. So the first of these four pillars is design of physical space. So this is having a physical environment which supports these aspects of community, well-being and environmental sustainability. So this might mean having an energy efficient building, or it could mean having architectural or interior design that encourages social interaction. The second of our pillars is a sustainable financial model. So we need a model that's not only sustainable but attractive for residents, operators, investors and potential future investors as well. I think we've seen from yesterday the challenge and also the need of having attractive financial models if we're going to roll out co-living to a more mainstream audience. Thirdly, and essentially, we need wise management and operation. So we need a community that's operated inclusively and efficiently with a wise use of technology rather than technology just for the sake of it. And I think we can all see that it's all well and good having these aims of well-being and community and sustainability, but if you can't carry and implement these things out on a day-to-day basis, then you really are a bit stuck. And finally, we need a space that aligns with and progresses policy towards a more enabling environment for co-living. And again, I think we're all aware of the challenges around policy that's not really designed for co-living. And I also think that by existing and by proving the need and the desire for co-living, that we can progress policymakers and put pressure on them to make a more enabling environment for what we want to do. And then, underpinning all of this are our root values, because we believe that these great results stem from beliefs about the ways in which we want to be. So we've put our values here, but we're all agreed that what your values are might be personal to you and to your community. We think that the important thing is that you articulate these values so that you can live by them in an aligned and a more conscious way.
Great, thank you Penny for that great explanation. So yes, this is the Conscious Co-Living Manifesto. You can see the full text and diagram on the website consciouscoliving.com. And we would love to get your feedback and input and comments on this, because it's really important that we hear from the sector what is useful and how this is working for you. And you'll see a way on the website of how you can do that. So in bringing this from theory to action and in developing the manifesto, we've gathered a lot of research and input from a range of different stakeholders, including actually several of you here in the room today. But in general, it's included co-living practitioners, residents, operators, property developers, architects and designers, as well as, of course, well-being and sustainability experts. Since then, we've also begun running workshops, designing spaces, running weekend sprints, and convening open dialogues about what the future of co-living could and should look like. And we'd actually like to invite everybody to continue that conversation here today through a short little activity, which I will hand over to Tom to introduce.
Thank you, Naima. Yes, so today we would like to invite you to participate in a self-analysis using the framework of conscious co-living. So on your tables, we'll be handing out worksheets, one for each person, and also a copy of the manifesto, one per table. What we'd like you to do is have a look at the worksheet and see and answer the questions and give the ratings in application to the co-living community which you live in, which you're connected to, which you work in, or otherwise are associated with. And if you don't have the co-living community that you're connected to, then don't worry, you can also use exactly the same questions for who you live with at home in your house, with your family or your friends. So that will be for the first 5 minutes. We'll ask you to individually fill out the worksheet. Then we'll let you know, and for the next 15 minutes after that, we'll ask you to discuss with your table what your findings were, what your thoughts are on the 3 core aspects of conscious co-living. And then we'll let you know again at the end of that 15 minutes, and we're going to have a whole audience feedback discussion on your findings. Thank you.